In the first few minutes of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what a market simulation is, what it's for, how to do it, and then afterwards, I'll give you some tips on how to make your simulations so effective that your book can attract more clicks than your competitors. Let's get started. First, let's see what a market simulation is. Think of it as a little playground where you can see exactly how your book performs next to your competitors. It answers two questions. Number one, between these books, which is the most attractive and the least attractive? That's your competitive analysis. It will tell you right up front if your book packaging, that's your title and your cover, is working or not. Is it attracting clicks or do people ignore it? This will tell you definitively if you have a problem with your book packaging. The second question it answers is why. Why are people choosing your book or your competitors? This gives you clear insight on what you need to change or what you can highlight in your marketing. It reveals the psychology of why people clicked the book they chose. They're literally telling you what works and what doesn't. Running a market simulation is incredibly useful if you have an existing book that's not performing well and you want to find out why. Perfect test for that. And if you're launching a new book, it's an amazing way to dip your toe in the water and see if your new book will perform as well as you think, and to adjust it before you launch and spend thousands of dollars on advertising. All right, that's the what and the why. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. The first step is to identify 1 to 5 of your book's direct competitors. For example, go to your main keyword search page on Amazon. Just pick the 1 to 5 books that are your direct competitors, grab their covers and their information, and put that into BookTest. Make sure to enter the correct market pricing and reviews to make this as realistic as possible. Now add your own book cover and information. If it's a new book or an existing book without many reviews, then enter the number of reviews you think you need to compete, or that you think is realistically attainable. The point is, you can pretend you have as many reviews as you want, so people judge your book at its best, not in a weak position with no reviews. We learn a lot more if people focus on your book instead of on reviews. The rest of this how-to video will show a cover survey, but from this point on, the process is exactly the same for a market simulation. If you have a cover that's not cropped correctly, like this one here, you can easily crop it just like this so that all your book covers look consistent in the survey. Make sure there's no background and make sure to crop out any extra stuff around the cover that might confuse people. Then agree to the terms and conditions by clicking this box. The people taking your survey are real people, and they would greatly appreciate it if you don't upload any vulgar or offensive images. Now click the See Your Survey button. The next page is your survey preview. This is what your survey will look like to participants. You cannot edit the survey questions. These are standard questions which I found work best based on testing thousands of book covers. Now enter a genre or topic in this field up here. It's important that this topic makes sense to someone who will see your survey. Something like cookbook or dog training or romance. This is how we attract the right people to take the survey. Then select the country you want your survey to target. Whichever country you choose, the survey responses will be in that country's main language. The audience defaults to a general population, but you can make it much more precise by clicking the Refine Audience button. Here you can select the gender, the age distribution, education, income, and in the US, you can choose the race and ethnicity. Now make sure to click the Save button. Or if you want to clear your demographic filters, just click the Clear All button and it will go back to a general audience. Now you're ready to click the Run Survey button. The next page is where you complete your order. Select the number of participants you want for your survey. We automatically suggest a number based on how many covers you uploaded. For 2 covers, usually 25 is enough to see a trend. You can always add more later if you need to. On the other hand, if you've uploaded 6 covers, we recommend 100 participants. The reason is, the more covers you show, the more people you need to get statistically confident results. Every survey includes the number of people and the custom audience you chose, plus a free AI analysis and opt-in emails from readers who are interested in your book. One more thing, check to make sure that your topic and audience are exactly what you want. If they're not, you can click the edit button and change it. Now we're ready to complete the order. Enter your name and your email address. If this is the first time you've used BookTest, then we will verify your email with a secret code. And if you have BookTest credits, just click here to check your balance. After you verify, your credits will show up here, and you can choose how many to use with this slider. Remember, 1 credit equals 1 response. We like to keep it simple. If you have a coupon, enter it here and click Apply. Now, if you'd like to help other authors by sharing your results in our public gallery, we'll give you a nice discount. Your private information is never shown. We only show test results, and we wait 30 days before showing them so that you keep your competitive edge. Now click the Payment button, and after that, you will see your survey results page. You'll receive a notification email with a link to your survey so you can easily get back to this page. You'll also receive an email when the survey gets its first response, and then a final one when it's complete so you don't have to stare at this page while you're waiting. Typically, we schedule the surveys during daytime hours in the target country, so a country's time zone determines when the survey goes live. Once the survey is complete, come back to this page and you will see how your covers performed. You can read all the comments for deep insight, and you can see how many people opted in with their emails. At the top of the page, you can click the Analyze Comments button to get an AI analysis of all the comments. This is super useful for extracting usable insights from the comments. Here's an example of what that analysis looks like. If you'd like a copy of the opt-in emails, just click Export CSV or PDF. If this is your first time exporting BookTest data, then you will be asked to agree to our terms about the opt-in emails. These are real people, and we need to be respectful about how we use their emails. Okay, those are the basics. Now, if you have a few more minutes, I can give you some tips that I've learned from testing thousands of titles and covers. These tips can help you get better results and, I believe, sell more books. Tip 1, make sure you have enough people to give you statistical confidence. If you have 6 covers and you only show it to 25 people, you're probably not going to get conclusive results. The rule of thumb is the more options, the more people you need to have useful results. Tip 2, understand who your target audience is and use that demographic information to get the right people to see your survey. A quick way to know who your readers are is to ask ChatGPT. A better way is to do a deep data mining and analysis using whoismyavatar.com. It's free and it will help you find your readers' deep psychological triggers. Tip 3, give your book enough reviews and choose mid-range pricing. We want people to judge your book on the cover and title, not on the reviews or price. This will give us the clearest insight into how people see our book in context with our competition. Tip 4, look at the comments and understand why people chose your competition, and then fix your cover so that when you run another test, you win, or at least tie with your competitors. In some cases, you may find out that it's your title or your positioning that needs work. That's okay. It's better to know the reality now than after you spend more money promoting a book with low potential. Also, sometimes it takes a few experiments to get the right changes to your cover until it's a winner. But if you take the time to do this now before you spend thousands of dollars on advertising, it can have a profound effect on your book's performance. Tip 5, pay attention to cover signals. Oftentimes people will choose your competitor's cover because it either has a badge or a call out or something on the cover that acts as a signal to your specific audience, and each niche is different. An example might be if your competitor has a badge saying teacher approved. If people say they chose your competitor's book because of that badge, then you know that's an important signal, and you can place a similar badge on your own cover. The survey comments are where you find these important signals, and I found they can make a significant difference. Tip 6, be aware of natural biases. Generally speaking, if something stands out, it gets noticed more. So if you have 3 covers that are all blue and 1 cover that's red, I can almost guarantee that the red cover will get most of the clicks because it stands out. That can give us false positives when we're testing our own covers internally. Just be aware of that. But in a market simulation where we show our cover against our direct competitors, standing out can be an advantage because people on Amazon will see your cover in context with your competition. And if you can stand out, you'll have an advantage. So that's it for the tips. I'm excited for your survey. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.